There's two types of moments when I feel most like a man. There's the proud ones and the shameful ones. The shameful ones usually come after I've been browsing Facebook. See, I have some enthusiastic friends that post links to angry blogs about how sexual assault only happens because of men, how men are the problem with the world, how masculine energy is sexism and the root of all things evil. I read these tirades, and I take them personally. I get defensive. I start to feel ashamed because anyone looking at me would call me a man. And these bloggers often lump all men in with a group of people and a set of problems I like to think I'm actually working against. And in those moments, I can't separate being a man from shame. But it's not always like that. Sometimes I feel like a man in a good way too. Usually when I'm doing something I can be proud of. Like standing up for other people. The first time I stood up for someone was after my first year of college. I went into school with my little brother to help him with some trouble he was having with some bullies. I went to that school, and I suffered through the same implicit racial bullshit. You know, the kind that seeps into your peers, and that the teachers enable with their silence. I know what that is, and I know how to deal with it. And in that office at 18, standing up for my little brother, I felt like a man. I was proud of myself. For me, that pride comes from responsibility, from capability, from supporting others and not being a drain on them. First time I felt like that was when I first moved out of home. Started to plan ahead, think more, exercise some self-control. That was just physical. After that, I had to have a mental shift, reorganize my priorities. You know, the funny thing about all of that is that there's nothing gendered about responsibility or independence. It's more like adulthood maybe than manhood, but I've always felt male, so why not call myself a man? I'm trying to do good things. I'm trying to take care of myself and enable other people. And those things light up my man sign too. But that sign is nothing to be proud of if men are rapists. If we're the ones perpetuating all the oppression in the world. I mean, I don't think men are the problem with the world, but I seem to be reading that quite a lot. And when I do, it turns my man sign from a beacon of hope into one of shame. From something that literally makes me stand up stronger to something that pulls me down and hunches my back. I don't know why my sense of manhood depends on what other people think. I have the man sign. I don't have the switch that turns it on, you know? I think it's this way for a lot of people. I have this one friend. He told me he only feels like a man when his girlfriend calls him manly, and yeah, that usually happens when he's got his shirt off. For him, his sense of manhood is completely sexual, and that's great. I mean, that's awesome. That works for him. But when I read these blogs, they pull me back into the idea that all male sexual urge objectifies women and leads to sexual assault. Well, I don't want to objectify women, and so I downplay my sexuality, and I don't tell women I'm attracted to them, and nothing ever happens. And that's just as disappointing. It's so fucking confusing. I do everything I can to keep shame from lighting up that light. But it just means I have no idea how to talk to women. I don't know what's okay, I don't know what's not, I don't know what the expectations are. I'm not the kind of guy that just hooks up with people. All I've known my entire life has been monogamy, and maybe that's a curse, but my parents were always happy and always together. Sometimes I just want to have sex, you know? The communication's hard because I don't want to be too forward and fuck! It's so confusing. Do you know what the funny thing is? I don't even feel like a man that often. I don't even think about feeling like a man that often. It's not part of my everyday thought process. Truly, it isn't. Which is weird, because every day I choose what public bathroom to use and what clothes to wear, and those decisions reinforce my label. But the ordinary things don't let up my man sign. Not like the shameful ones do, and definitely not like the proud ones. I'm too desensitized to the ordinary for that, and that kind of makes sense, because there's nothing manly about peeing standing up, wearing pants, or even having sex with women. There's nothing gendered about any of that, or even about any of the things that I'm proud of. But I'm male. So to me, it's feeling like a man.